Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Rogue Deck Rundown, the series where I'll be talking about rogue decks, what they do, and their pros and cons. In this first episode, I'll be talking about froglancers. Now, froglancers is a deck which combines a frog engine and sea lancer. I know, who would have thunk it? What you ultimately end up with is a combination of stall and resource management. So to start off, you need swap frog. You need swap frog. This deck completely dies if you don't have a way to get your frogs into the graveyard. And the easiest way to do that is with swap frog. So luckily in this duel I end up with swap frog by my second turn. And as you can see, I'm over here abusing it. Now normally what you want to start off with is a way to get into swap frog, a couple of frogs, and hopefully a couple of tributes. This hand wasn't really optimal, but I do run the Ghost Trick engine as a way to stall until I do get those hands that I do want. And if there's a thing that this deck does really well is stall. You're going to have recurring monsters in your graveyard in the forms of Treeborn Frog and Ronin Totem. And if you do run the Ghost Trick engine, you're going to have this wall of monsters just coming out. And just a warning, your opponent is going to get annoyed. Now if you do have to stall, it's okay, but just make sure you conserve your resources until you run into that initial Sea Lancer. Sea Lancer completes the cycle. Anything you banish with Ronin Totem, you get back with Sea Lancer. And if you don't know what Sea Lancer does, is once while he's on the field, you can equip any of your banished Aqua type monsters to him, and while he's equipped, he gains 1,000 attack points. Now, if Sea Lancer would be destroyed, you can destroy one of those equips instead. And by itself, that's already very good. I mean, you have this 2300 beater, and he can't be destroyed for a maximum of up to 5 turns. But what's really amazing is that those equips in the form of Dupe Frog and Poison Draw Frog, they get their effects whenever they're sent to the grave. So not only are you going to be conserving your resources, you're going to be adding cards to your hand with Dupe Frog and Poison Draw Frog. And that makes it very, very hard for your opponent to out-resource you. And with this deck, that's basically the main point of it. You're trying to out-resource your opponent. You have these monsters that can't be destroyed right away, so your opponent has to waste resources on that. And not only that, but whenever they would be destroyed, you build up resources for yourself. And what makes this possible ultimately is the interaction between Sea Lancer and those banished frogs, as well as Dupe Frog. Dupe Frog is key in getting out those rank 2s, such as Herald of Pure Light. That makes recycling Sea Lancers so possible. And what ends up happening is this cycle, it just becomes so overwhelming for your opponent. They just have to get rid of multiple Sea Lancers, and they expend their resources getting rid of one, let alone 2 or 3 within the same game. You can also overwhelm your opponent with a spew of boss monsters. I like to use Mega Mobius just because his effect is so powerful, but honestly it's player's choice when it comes to those extra tribute summonables. And so essentially what you end up doing is you end up backing your opponent into a corner that they can't get out of. So as far as cons go, this deck does have its fair share. For one, if you don't open up Swap Frog, or if you can't get Swap Frog within the first 2 turns, you're basically set up to lose that game. As you can tell, this hand really is bad. I don't have Swap Frog, I don't have a way to get my frogs into the graveyard other than just setting them or summoning them. Occasionally you'll open up these jank hands where it's either just frogs or just tribute summonables. And I think that's just something that's undeniably negative about frog decks in general, such as Frog Monarchs. And what I find seems to help mitigate that problem is running the Ghost Trick engine, actually, because it offers you not only a defensive mechanism, but access to rank 1s, as well as a mini draw engine with Ghost Trick Spectre. and so it helps you deck thin until you do reach that initial Lancer or Swap Frog or whatever you're looking for. Another problem this deck does have is its lack of spot removal, especially if you're not running Monarchs in the deck. Essentially, this deck's only form of removal is by attacking, so getting rid of monsters like Yamato, which can run Crane, becomes especially difficult. As far as pros go, this deck does have a unique form of resource management, to where you recycle your resources very efficiently. Not only that, but your Ronin totems become like mini dragon rulers, to where your grave is like a second hand. But instead of making constant rank 7s, you have a constant spew of rank 2s in the form of Gachi Gachi or Herald of Pure Light. This deck also has like an uncanny ability to reshape itself based on the meta. Like, I've actually been playing this deck since Chaos Dragon format, and I've only put it down during Dragon Ruler format because that format was absolutely wonky. And I really do find myself changing the deck so much from format to format. When it comes to deck building, this deck does have a lot of options to choose from, as far as tribute summonables and engines. Like right now I'm running Ghost Tricks, but I'm actually thinking about changing that very soon whenever those hand monsters come out, to get more of an aggro feel to it. But as I mentioned earlier, it is possible to shift it around depending on the meta. So just to wrap this up, here's my build. I'll let you guys go ahead and take it in. If there are any questions on my deck choices, or my card choices, you can go ahead and ask me in the comments. And if there's any other decks you want me to profile or to review, go ahead and ask me in the comments and I'll be happy to do them. So thank you for watching, and if you do like this video, go ahead and like, share, or subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
What I do, what I do, da da do, da da do, what I do.